Good morning, everybody. Welcome to day 7 of the 2024 challenge. I'm Dr. Doug Bowen, world famous bariatric surgeon, author of 13 books plus 5 new journals for your journaling pleasure. Welcome to the replay. If you're watching this on the replay, you can fast forward to about the 5-minute mark. That's when I usually get started. In the meantime, put in some comments and I'll give you a shout out, some hellos. We usually have about 150 people watching on all the different platforms, including YouTube and Facebook. And if you'd like to say hello, just drop in a comment and I will say hello to you just like that. Right now, I'm not seeing anything. Here we go. Sword Lily, what's going on? How's it going? Gina Gillis is back watching on YouTube. You guys like watching on YouTube or do you like watching on Facebook? If your name shows up as Facebook user, and I know I went back and read a few comments, you have to give StreamYard permission. It doesn't ask you, you just have to click on it. Just give it permission. For example, B. Pinard. Juliet, you look amazing, Juliet. Congratulations on all your success. Paul is back. You know, I love doing this because, hi from Australia, Leanne Vermeer. I think you're a long-time follower. Am I right, Leanne? Cynthia Belt is back. There we go. See what I mean? Ashley Kirby. Hang in the whole time, Ashley. I think you're going to like this one. Happy Sunday, everybody. Hope you guys are doing great. I'm going to go live every single day for the month of January because that's what I challenged my private group to do. And I said, I will do it with you. So, you know, to be totally honest, like I had a little bit of a funk coming out of COVID. I thought, and I preached it. I said, man, we're about to come out of COVID. This was back in 2020, late 21. Heading into 22, I said, the world's opening up. You got to go call people because they're still nervous. You got to like grow your business, that sort of stuff. Good morning, Tess. Good morning, Lori. Good morning, Willie. Hey, Donna Bess, where you been, girl? Stay away from men. Boys are bad. Don't forget. Maria, good morning from Massachusetts. Yay. And I didn't do it. You know, because you're kind of in a little bit of a funk, but now 2024, man, can you believe it? We're about 4-year anniversary of the pandemic. That was February 2020. We're getting there. My Houston Texans won last night, so they're going to be in the playoffs. If the Jacksonville Jaguars lose today, they will host a football game right down the road, right over there, 10 minutes from my house. I might have to buy tickets if I can get them. Good morning, Pula. Yay, good job, man. Way to lose. Charles Gilbert. Oh, no, you better go see your doctor. Yes, good morning, Lena. Another Lena. Facebook user. Give StreamYard permission. I'd like to give you a shout out. No, Paul. Go Bills. Yeah, if Bills win, that'd be interesting, right? They have a scenario with the Chiefs. It's going to be tough. And I think, what's his name? Chiefs quarterback is sitting out this game. So, all right, get yourself a journal. This is a $2 little journal. Look at this. I've had this journal for so long. The unretired, world famous money magnet. I used it yesterday, you know, not only to write, remember what I said, I am grateful and thankful for blank, good health. I'm grateful and thankful for my loving and supportive family. I'm grateful and thankful for my following who love me and support me. That's you, mofo. You know what? I think I have to, excuse me, I have to wipe off my camera. Hold on. This is going to look gross. I see smudging. Is that better? Yes. All right. But I also used it to write down some money ideas. I'm thinking about buying a bed and breakfast in Santa Fe. Would you come see me at a bed and breakfast in Santa Fe? It's got 10 acres. It's up in the mountains. It's 5 minutes from the river. You can a 5-minute walk to the river. It's beautiful. It's nice and cool. It's got running water. It's got indoor plumbing. It's got electricity. Gigi, are you the Gigi in my group? I'm grateful we made it this far. That's awesome. Yes, Donna, you need to come down. I don't know about that. Oh, I remember, Christina. What? Come on, Christina. You and your husband need to kick it into it. Don't make me come out there and like. Hey, for those of you who are my patients, and I'm in Albuquerque, you guys want to get together next time I'm in town? Anita Louise, Sue Fortune, longtime follower. Helen, I gave you a shout out yesterday. Hope you saw that. All right. We are live indeed. Yes, we are. 74, y'all. That's good. 5-minute mark? Yes. 7-minute mark. Okay, let's get started. I will edit this down and put it up on YouTube when I have time. Good morning, everybody. Dr. Duck Vong here, world famous bariatric surgeon, author of 13 books and 5 new journals. Here's one of my new journals. Curves to Confidence. Beautiful, beautiful to write in. Motivational quotes. Check it out on Amazon. That's it. I got nothing to sell you. I'm just going to help you get started as part of my 2024 challenge. Really setting your goals, really changing your life. That is the idea here. Okay. So I want to know in the comment section, you are 1 week into this challenge. What have you learned so far? And I want you to put it down in the comment section and I'll pop it up on the screen for everybody to see. Okay. So what's been your biggest takeaways? What have you learned? What have you realized? What nuggets taking forward? And don't worry, I won't make fun of you. Just kidding. I had my fingers crossed behind my back, you know? You ever do that when you're little? Like, oh, tell me it. I promise I won't tell your secret. You put your finger crossed behind you. All right. Stacy Ann says it starts with your mind. Everything starts in your mind, you know? Loving it. That's awesome. Get caught up, Judith. Every day I give you a little challenge of things to do. So, Rosemary, where you been? Good to see you. Hope you're doing great, everybody. So what have been some of your great takeaways? And of course, I will. Oh wow, look at this. I lost 18 pounds in less than a month following Dr. Now's diet plan. Never mind. I'm gonna edit that out. That's not a real diet plan, by the way. People have stolen that. That's not Dr. Nazardan. So people have it's crazy. All right, Paul. Never had thought about putting a system in place to reach goals and making clear, achievable goals. We're going to talk more about that today. That's awesome. Charles Gilbert, thanks for the advice. Been trying to get a hold of you for over a year. Go see a doctor. Sorry. See you later, man. I'm retired. I'm not practicing doctor. You're barking up the wrong tree, bro. All right. What else we got? Otherwise, I'll just get started. See the frustration that comes through some people. It's like that's the only advice you can give. Well, why are you trying to talk to somebody on the internet, man? But you're the one who's frustrated. Don't forget. All right. Mindset agree takes a lot. No, Scott, I will not. I can help more people this way. Thank you, though, buddy. Good to see you. Hope you're doing great. Jean-Marie, make small goals and have patience. That's a good takeaway. But we're going to talk about that today. Okay, hold on to that idea. Maybe it's not small goals. Dr. V, get going, brother. I'm going to try. Okay. So I've been kind of on this big Bob Proctor kick, and we lost Bob Proctor last year, 2 years ago now, maybe, to COVID. Never got to meet him in person. I actually got his cell phone number from one of my mentors for an introduction. And I was going to hire him as a coach to help me come out of this pandemic blues. And he never responded. And I got this text from my mentor that says, "Hey, Bob, meet Dr. V. He's a good guy. I think y'all can do great stuff together." And I replied, "Mr. Proctor, I'm a huge fan. I've been following your teachings for a long time. I'd love to talk to you about some coaching." He never responded. A week later, I sent a separate text. "Hi, Mr. Proctor. This is Dr. V, and I'd love to talk to you about some coaching." Didn't respond. Turns out he didn't respond because he was in the hospital with COVID for, I think, the second or third time, and he was not doing good because he was already old. I think he was like 90 years old or something. And he just said, "Take me home. I'm ready." So they took him home, hospice care, and he died a few days later. So I never got to meet one of my heroes and mentors in person. Gina Gillis says, "Take the leap." I like this series. Good. Thank you, Kim. So we're going to continue with some Bob Proctor teachings, right? So yesterday we talked about, we've been talking about paradigms, and paradigms are subconscious. You don't know you're doing it. Subconscious thinking patterns, thinking habits that control your habitual behavior. Problem is, most behavior is habitual, which therefore that means most of your behavior is controlled by these unconscious paradigms that have now shaped the major part of your life. That's it. And yesterday we talked about how do you change these things? And here's the key, because I want to reinforce this. You are not aware of these paradigms. You do not know you have these thoughts. They are in your subconscious mind. You are unawares. It looks like I have my low connectivity warning here. I might wait until it gets a little bit better. So in yesterday's video, it got better and it got worse again. Hey, y'all keep it down over there. Okay, there we go. So you are not aware you have these thought patterns. In yesterday's video, we talked about, how does information get into your conscious mind? Conscious mind means things that you are aware of. You have your 5 faculties: sight, smell, hearing, taste, touch. You watch the news. You see the presidential debates. You read the Cosmopolitan magazine that tells you you're inadequate. You hear the preacher, preaching death and brimstone and fire and damnation. You hear your parents arguing and cutting each other down and not being very loving. You hear the counselor tell you that you're not smart enough to get into MIT or Harvard and you need to go to plumbing school. You smell stuff, you taste things, and you hear someone say, "Ooh, oxtails," or "Ooh, liver," or "Ooh," and you automatically, "Ooh, broccoli," and you automatically have these thoughts in your head. That's your that's how these thoughts get into your mind. And then he goes, "But we have a higher faculties. These higher faculties include perception, willpower, right? Includes reason, includes memory, how you recall your childhood, how you recall past experiences, imagination, and one more I keep forgetting. But imagination. So hold on to imagination, because that's what we are going to really talk about. Okay, so imagination. And he says animals have something called instincts, and their instincts perfect. They sense danger and they run away. But in humans, our instincts, for the most part, intuition was the other one, have been replaced by these higher faculties like imagination and perception and reasoning. Problem is, and this is Dr. B talking, we've been so dumbed down with media, our culture, my warm snuggie hoodie, the comfortable couch. I can't say Alexa because it would turn it on if I said it. SIRI. You don't even have to do anything anymore. It used to be, the funny joke was we have to get up and actually turn the channel on television. Now you have remote control. Now you don't have to do that. You can just tell Alexa to find the channel for you. You don't have to go. It used to be you'd have to actually pick up the phone and order the pizza. You don't have to do that. You can go online. You don't even have to go online to do that now. In the very near future, you'll use AI to order your plane tickets and order your pizza and all sorts of stuff. They'll do it for you. You just tell them. Okay. So we live in this culture in 2024 that makes us dumb, that makes us lazier, that makes us overweight. And in the background, I want you to always remember this. Do not forget this. What it means to be average. This was day one. Decide to not be average. Average means being overweight. 2/3 of Americans overweight, a third of Americans are obese. And despite all of the good stuff we've been doing in bariatric surgery, obesity rates are getting worse and worse and worse. You might argue they're plateauing, yada, but just trust me, they're getting worse, worse, and worse. And that's number one. Average means being overweight. There's about a 60% divorce rate. So average means you've been divorced. Average means living paycheck to paycheck. Average means anxiety pills and stress level. And 80% 80 to 85% of people in the Gallup poll says they are disconnected, disinterested in their job and their business. And something like 40% will actually subvert the company, will actually try to harm the company, for all you business owners out there. And that's what average means. That's what it means. So in the backdrop of why are we doing this 2024 challenge is, number one, you made the decision to not be average. Put me in the comment section. I'll pop your name up. If you have decided 2024, I will not be average, put me, or not average, or I don't know, put something up in the comment section. So, but because your lives, your results are controlled by these paradigms that you are not aware of, Geraldine, oh, I missed you, Geraldine. Stacy Ann, Anita Louise, Jean Marie, right? Because you've decided to not be average, but there are these thought patterns, thinking patterns that you are unaware of. You don't know you have them. That's the problem. So how do you change something that you do not know you have? And the answer lies in these higher faculties like perception and intuition, and fantasy, reasoning, okay? Remember that. Now, here's the problem. I asked you guys, what are your goals? Write down some of your goals. So let's do this again. Write down some of your goals for 2024. And don't feel bad, not making fun of anybody. Hopefully this will be very instructive for people. And here's the problem with average thinking, which is when you ask someone, what are their goals? And this was task number 2 or 3. Go to your friends and family. Ask them, hey, what are your goals for 2024? What did you find out? You found out that average people really don't have goals. And if they do have goals, they're really fuzzy. I'd like to be a little bit less stressed out. I'd like to maybe have a little bit more money. Oh, I really want to get in shape this year. You see what I'm saying? Or they don't know. I don't know what my goals are, for example. But you've already decided you don't want to be average. So you got to get clear on your goals. And here's why today's talk, day 7, is about how do you set real goals, mofo? How do you set real goals? Not fluffy goals, not BS goals. It would be nice to have some more money. I really would like to get this beer belly off, but I can't quit my beer. So what are some of your goals? Now, tip number 1. Okay, tip number 1. Okay, tip number 1. Write this down. Your wants must come from the heart. Your wants must come from the heart. So when Dr. V says, what do you want for 2024, mofo? You go, I want you to stop calling me a mofo. Well, that ain't happening, mofo. So what do you really want? A little bit more money would be nice. That's horrible. See, that's coming from your conscious mind. because you know the bills are coming due. You know the credit cards are coming due. So when I ask you, what do you want? You go, oh, I need some more money. The bill's coming due. That's your conscious mind. You know that already. You got to go this. Watch me. From the heart. From the heart. Your wanting has to come from the heart, Anita Louise. You see what I'm saying? Now, why the heart? Why the heart? This one's going to be a big aha. When I put this up, and you guys like never thought about this way, I want you to put some ahas here because you're watching for the ahas, by the way. So number 2 tip, why the heart? Because the heart lives in your subconscious. Watch me. Where's your heart? Nope. See, this is called a misdirection. I did this, and now you're sitting there going, oh yes, my heart, my heart, my heart. Oh, no. Your heart is not here. Your heart is in your subconscious mind. Your heart really knows what you want, but you don't know what you really want. But your heart knows what you want. Does this make sense? Because if you really knew what your heart really wanted, then your life wouldn't be shitty. Then you'd have it. But the second you say, I want money, I want my business to be $10,000, that's because you know in your conscious mind you need to make $10,000 to break even. Am I right? But if you actually listened to your heart, if you actually tapped into your heart would tell you, man, we got to help these people suffering and the homeless. I gotta make more money so I can give to my church. I gotta make more money so I can like take care of my mother who's ailing. See, but you don't, because you're just like, no, that's too scary. If I actually opened up to my heart, then what the fuck am I supposed to do? Now I'm a real failure. Okay? Because let me ask you this question. How did it get to your heart? How did your want, Dr. V, I want more money, I want to be happier, I want more sex life, I want more passion. How did it get to your heart? Okay. Now listen. You thought number 2 was an aha, that your heart is in your subconscious mind. You are not aware of your heart. It's not in your chest, right? Wants are placed in your heart by source. If you're a religious person, you can call it God. You can call it Yahweh. You can call it Jehovah. If you're not religious, you can call it source energy, whatever floats your boat. But to not mess anyone up, if God is your source, call it God. But I will call it source. Whatever you believe in, it got placed there by source. I am a funnel from all of the energy of the universe, and it comes into me and places what I want in my heart. And one day I was in Kadampa Buddhism. I'm not a Buddhist. And the nun who was leading the class, the whole point of Kadampa Buddhism, by the way, is to end world peace. I mean, is to achieve world peace. And they meditate at the same time all over the world on world peace. And I said, I can get behind that. You know, I don't need an angry old white man in the cloud withholding gifts and favors. I want to end world peace. That sounds good. So the nun was doing this lesson. And the lesson, we were meditating. The lesson was, can you take on other people's suffering? And if you take on other people's suffering, will you be harmed by it? And she basically said that all of the Buddhas and Buddhavistas throughout the millennia have taught us that, yes, indeed, if you get your energy up to a certain level, you can, one, accept other people's suffering, ease their suffering, and dissipate it through your energies, and thereby not being harmed by yourself, not harming yourself. So I started crying. When I heard this was probably around 2015. I was a bariatric surgeon, director of bariatrics in Albuquerque, New Mexico. I built my following, the program. We're the busiest program in the state of New Mexico, one of the busiest bariatric programs in the Southwest. And I started crying. What I realized was what was in my heart, what had been placed there by all the gifts and talents and intellect and testing and bankruptcy and hurricanes and all this stuff I went through, was the fact that I was big enough. I was designed by my creator, by my energy, by my source, by my God, to take on other people's suffering. And when I realized that, bam, y'all. Could not sleep, could not do anything but create content. Got over the bullshit of like, oh, can you do social media because there's a doctor-patient relationship, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, dude, these people are suffering online. They are in these Facebook groups and YouTube channels getting bad information. Like, and if you did this, I'm not making fun of you. Like, oh, look at me eating my chicken McNuggets with cheese sauce for extra protein. It's ridiculous. So it's such bad information. And they suffer. And they're eating too much. Why do I have heartburn? You're eating too much. Dr. V, what does it mean when I burp after I eat? You ate too much. But it was only tiny amount. Relative to what? And then if you ever look at patients like pictures, I actually have my patients like literally snap a picture of what they're eating with a quarter. Because as you know, you need a reference point because pictures lie, cameras lie. Put a quarter next to your plate or put it on your plate and take a picture of what you ate before and after you ate it. What's left? And then I would go, mofo. Dr. V, why does it hurt? I said, mofo, you're eating too much. What? And people would say, I don't get it, Dr. V. I'm only eating half a hamburger. And I'd say, one, y'all know me, right? Why are you eating a hamburger? Your bypass can't take it. Your sleeve can't take it. Number two, it's too much. You're fresh out of surgery, or you're a month or 2 months or 6 months out of surgery. You should not even be eating a half a hamburger. Why are you trying? Well, I used to eat 2 or 3. Okay. And that's how you became 300 pounds. Dr. V, I hate you because you make it sound like it's all a food disorder. My obesity is due to a food disorder. No, your obesity is due to stinking thinking. Your poverty is due to stinking thinking. Your stress is due to stinking thinking. Your anxiety is due to stinking thinking. Fuck you, Dr. V. You don't know anything about mental health. I know a lot about fucking mental health. There was a time in my life I was $4 million in debt. All of my real estate had been damaged through a hurricane. My dad had died. My business was going under. My practice couldn't operate for 6 months. I was near suicidal. So don't fucking tell me about that shit. You don't know me. See what I'm saying? So you have to accept that energy, universal vibration, whatever you want to call it. You could call it Matilda. I don't care. Nancy put it in my heart. But I don't know it's there. Right? So here's the work. What's the work? The work is now you use your higher faculties, the perception, the intuition, the memory, the will, and you force the want from your heart into your conscious mind, into your knowing. And this is where imagination comes in. Okay, so what number am I on? I forget. 4? Here's the key. Number 4. See? Paula, you know what I'm talking about, girl. So we watch it on the news and think it's no big deal, yada, yada, yada. Uh-oh. Having internet connections. There we go. There we go. Here's the key. You move your wants from your heart, which is in your subconscious mind, you don't know it, to your conscious mind by imagination. It looks like I'm having a slow connection time. So let me pause for a second. I'll edit this out on YouTube. Anyone having bad connection? Or is it just me? Am I fuzzy? Can you hear me? If you can hear me but I'm fuzzy, I will keep going. If you can't hear me, I will stop. I will wait. See, now I know I don't have comments and stuff, so I can go. StreamYard. Come on, StreamYard. Bad connection, I know. Okay. Fuzzy, but you can hear me. Okay, good. Now I got comments. Those coming in. So I'm going to just keep talking. Oh, I told you where you been. Kitty, where you been? Okay. So I shouldn't be picking my nose. StreamYard. Okay. So you move your wants from your heart, which is in your subconscious mind, to your conscious mind by imagination. This is a major key, okay? This is how you change your paradigms. The things you don't know, you don't know. You have to allow yourself to imagine, to fantasize, to daydream. Oh, Dr. V, must be nice. Must be nice. Fuck, yeah. You know how much that irritates me? When people go, must be nice. But I'm not like you. I'm not outgoing. I'm not smart. I'm just a fill in the blank, right? You hear what I'm saying? That's right. I need to fire up the imagination. So you got to let yourself imagine. So here's the key. People will say, I say, what do you really want? And they'll say, I want to travel. I say, well, go travel. Well, but my kids are still in school. I said, I've got an 8-month-old and a 7-year-old, and we travel. I've got a sick grandmother. Erica's got a sick grandmother. Like, what's the deal? Well, after I'm taking care of my mom, after she dies, then I'll see, everybody's got these things. So what I say is, I'll say, okay, mofo. If none of that was true, if there was no restraints, if money was not an object, I'm on a fixed income, boo-hoo-hoo. You live in America. Really? See, you don't understand. You have this paradigm. You have this thing inside your head and your subconscious that says shit like, I'm on a fixed income. Must be nice. That comes from something you're not aware of. So as much as you don't like me right now, I'm telling you, this is how you fix it. You want to fix the problem or not? If you don't, see you later. I don't care. If you want to fix the problem, and I ask you, what do you want? If money was not an object, if people was not an object, if what people thought about you was not an object, well, what will they say? My family think I'm crazy. They don't. They're not thinking about you, mofo. Why? Because they are average, and average people are too worried about themselves. They are not thinking about other people's suffering like I was. They're not thinking about you. They're worried about their own damn bills. So stop it with, oh, what will people say? You're not that fucking important in other people's lives. I hate to tell you that. One of my favorite sayings is, it's really one of the most damaging things to your ego is when you realize that no one's thinking about you. So all of that, oh man, Angelica, what's up, girl? So what do you want? If you don't care what people think, they're not thinking about you. If relationships are not an object, money is not an object, what would you really want? So now your fucking goal goes from like, oh, I'd like to save $10,000 next year to like $100,000. And I go, no, Rosemary. What do you really want, Laura? You're like, I want $1 million. $1 million is nothing. It's so minuscule. How much money is out there? It's nothing, y'all. It is a 0.0000001% of all the money out there, something like that. Okay, I want $10 million. Okay. What would you do with it? What would you do, you know? So now, Dr. VI is not possible for me. Listen, you are not using your imagination. You got to take this thing out of your heart into your conscious mind. Nothing matters. Okay. So then you get your fucking journal out, right? Dr. V's journal out. I wrote this, by the way. You take your journal out and you go, all right, this sounds silly, but if in order to make more money, I'm going to strip dance. I'm going to pole dance. I'm going to pole dance. I'm going to join the MLM. I'm going to start selling Tupperware. I'm going to join Mary Kay. You just write down shit because no one cares. No one's going to judge. There's no sick grandmother. The pastor doesn't care. The preacher would be so angry. You know, just I'm going to start my own cryptocurrency, Sam Bankman-Fried, and steal money from a bunch of people. No, that's bad, Dr. V. I'm going to learn about investing. I'm going to flip a house. I'm going to take an online course about how to flip a house. I'm going to do the Amazon influencer program that Dr. V keeps talking about. I'm going to sell diamond-studded dildos for $10,000 each. I'm going to Jeffrey Epstein's shit. I mean, like, you just go use your imagination. I'm going to become world famous for doing what? I don't know. I'm going to start an online course. I'm going to learn how to do Kajabi. I'm going to learn how to edit videos. You just write it down. Dr. V, I don't understand that. Okay, let me give you a question that will help you. Number 5. Write this down. Okay. I'll say, tell me what you want. And then, for lack of a better thing, you'll say, I want to travel anytime I want to travel. I want to go anywhere I want to go. And I want to fucking quit using youth hostels. I want to stay in the Ritz-Carlton. I want to stay in the best hotels. So here, like, I want to travel. So the question you want to ask is this. Okay, mofo. What does that look like? Like, I want to work 3 days a week. Okay, what does that look like? I want to meet the man of my dreams. Oh, fuck. What does he look like? What does she look like? What does that look like? Now you break out your journal, your $2 journal from Walmart, your little scraps of paper, just to show you that this is literally the back of some paper. You jot pros and cons, things down, right? I literally do what I'm telling you to do. I have note cards with goals written on them. See that? You literally break it out and you say, what does this look like? I want to travel. Okay, what does that look like? What does that even look like? Well, see, Dr. V, like, I would, but my husband doesn't want to do that. Maybe you don't have a husband. What does it look like? Maybe he goes anyway. Maybe you say, hey, I want to go to Paris. They just rebuilt Notre Dame. I'm going to go. Do you want to come with me? I don't think I want to go. I don't know how to speak French. Okay, see you later. I'll be back. I'll be back in a week. Who the fuck says they have to go with you? We do everything together. Like sitting on the couch getting fat and old and broke. You've done that together? Watch your kids grow up, they're away. Now you're sitting there going, okay, turns out I don't even like this person. See what I'm saying? Like what do you want to do? And you have to decide, like, wow, if people, relationships, money, situations, what other people think doesn't matter, and I really want to go see the Eiffel Tower, I really want to go to the top of the Empire State Building, I really want to walk across the Golden Gate Bridge, then I'll find an MA or nurse to stay with my grandmother. My husband would probably like a fishing trip with the boys while I go to the Eiffel Tower. Like, honey, what do you want to do while I'm gone? Yeah, I haven't seen Bobby. I haven't gone fishing with Bobby in a long time. But why don't you go fishing with Bobby, and I'll go walk across the Golden Gate Bridge. I'll go tour Napa. Who says you have to do it together? That's what's in your head. That's the fucking paradigms that you don't know what you're talking about. And that, listen to me. Oh, watch this. That paradigm that you're not aware of is blocking you from your heart. The want is in the heart, and this paradigm, this thinking is blocking it. And you got to let it come through. You got to open up to this possibility, this imagination. Okay, enough of that. So now you turn this want that was in your heart up to your brain. And I'm here to tell you, this time of year, most people say, oh, I know, Dr. V, I set goals. No, you don't. Trust me, you don't. Because if you did, then you wouldn't be watching me, dude. You'd be teaching this class, right? Right? You don't have to go together. You can have a girl's trip. You can have a guy's trip. You can go by yourself. Okay. I'm going to tell you right now, most people who are average don't actually set goals. They don't even know. And the ones who do, they're not even really goals. And here's what I'm going to tell you. Here's the last thing, and I'm going to wrap this up. Or maybe I should save it for tomorrow. Should I save it for tomorrow? Let me save it for tomorrow. Okay. Here's your homework for today. Challenge A7. Rewrite. This is your challenge for day 7. I want you to rewrite your goals as if nothing could stop you. Not your husband, not your pastor, not your diabetic neuropathy, not your wheelchair, not your finances. Rewrite your goals as if nothing could stop you. Damn, Dr. V. Now, turning my annual income to my monthly income seems like a fucking doable thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my God, that might move out of fucking New Mexico? Me? Yes, you. But what would I do with my friends and family? You'll make new friends. And your family suck anyway. If I had a nickel, not even a dime, but a nickel for every time a patient came into my office and I'd say, why are you overweight? And they would blame it on their family. My kids, my husband, my mother. Dude, I wouldn't be here. I'd be on my private island. So people sit there and go like, oh, I can't move away because I miss my family. You fucking hate your family. You blame everything on your family. I got to go to my mother-in-law's for Thanksgiving. No, you don't. Why do you keep thinking that? Why do you put up with it? truth, man. It's the truth. So your task for number 7, challenge for number 7, and tune in tomorrow. Tomorrow's Monday. How many of y'all are going to tune in to see how we get your new, clearer goals into your life? Who wants to see? We're going to refine our goals. Does this make sense? But I want you to take today, figure out, spend some quiet time. What is really in my heart? And if you got the TV on watching the news, remember, sight, seeing, hearing, smelling, you're being brainwashed. You're being distracted, from what's in your heart to what's in politics, what they want you to do. They're selling you advertising, y'all. Everything on CNN, Fox News, it's all about selling advertising. Y'all understand that, right? They're trying to tell you to buy this shit. It'll make you happier. And Dr. V is telling you, none of that will make you happier. The new girlfriend on the side, the new boyfriend who's flirting with you at work, none of that will make you happier. The new earrings you bought yourself, oh, don't tell my husband. Dr. V, have you been peeking in on me? You have cameras in my house? Yep, I do. See, they're just trying to tell you, like, you're 200 pounds. You're 150, 160 pounds, 5'2", 160 pounds. Why are you taking fat out of here and putting it in here and injecting in here and blah, blah? None of that's going to make you happy. You think it will, temporarily. Same thing with drugs and alcohol, kissing a stranger, flirting with somebody that you shouldn't be flirting with at work. None of that's going to make you happy, y'all. What will make you happy, though, is number 1, understand that there is this thing, this higher source. And we can talk about this in a later video about energy. Energy is never created or destroyed. Everything that is in the universe right now came when the Lord said, "Let there be light," or when the Big Bang happened, whichever you believe. But it's all here. It's never created nor destroyed. So let me tap into that shit. And when you understand that, you kind of like, I'm not really stressed out. Why am I a Pittsburgh Steelers fan? Why am I a Dallas Cowboys fan? Why am I so angry about the Eagles blowing up last week? Like, why am I so bugged and bothered by this? Why am I like sitting on the edge of my seat, hoping that the Steelers, who are currently in the playoffs, which they probably won't be by the end of the day, like I'm gonna be like, why are you so stressed out? Why do you even care what your neighbors think? Why do you care what the other teachers in the PTA think? Why do you care about, how dirty the nursing home is? Why do you care? Why do you care about the price of gas? Why do you care about because it's expensive, Dr. V? That's a paradigm. Aren't there people living around that don't care about the price? I don't fucking care about the price of gas, which, by the way, it's under $3 here in Houston. If it really bothers you that much, why don't you move to Houston? I put in unleaded plus for $3.15 yesterday. Well, I couldn't move to Houston. That's the fucking paradigm. Houston's awesome. It's too hot. It's too muggy. Only for about 2 months. Only like July and August, it's miserable. The rest of the year, it's amazing. Today's going to be 60 degrees and sunshine. I don't even need this damn thing. See what I mean? So that's your homework. And I'll see you tomorrow. Love y'all very much. I will go back and read your comments. If you found value in today's rambling, please subscribe. Please hit share. Please hit like. Please tag somebody. Please make yourself a promise. You'll be here tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel. Love y'all very much. Have an amazing day. Bye, guys.